in the building. Everybody hands go up, and they stay there.
Welcome to the Walking Dead panel at New York Comic Con. How's everyone doing? That didn't work the first time. Give me another cheer. Whoa! New York Comic Con! Walking Dead panel! Madison Square Garden! Dogs and cats living together! Mass hysteria! All right. Thank you for liking my show. I just want to, there's a lot of great stuff. We have a lot of people here that you're going to want to see. Thank you so much for coming as part of New York Comic Con 2016. I just want to start on a weird personal note, and I hope that's okay. 13 years ago today, I quit drinking. Now, you might call me a quitter, but I did. I made that decision 13 years ago. It was the best decision I ever made, and now, because of that, here I am in Madison Square Garden with the greatest show on television for the greatest community of fans. So, I'm just saying, if you're on the fence or you need help, you can turn your life around. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. I love you too. So this is probably the biggest year coming up, the premiere coming up in a couple of weeks. And it's so big and so anticipated, literally all summer long. People are like, who did Negan kill? And I'm like, I don't know, because I'm a bad liar and you'd get it out of me if I knew. So it's for both of our protection. But this premiere is so big that we are doing Talking Dead live from Hollywood Forever Cemetery for 2,000 fans in a couple of weeks. If you go to TalkingDeadSweeps.com, you can find out maybe how you can come to that. So, October 23rd, 9 p.m. Eastern, Walking Dead. Everyone will be there. Hopefully you guys will be there too, so let's get on with it. I'm going to bring everyone out now. We'll have time for a few questions near the end, and thank you so much for your patience. So let's begin. Showrunner and executive producer, Scott M. Gimple! Creator and executive producer of The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman! Executive producer, Gale Ann Hurd! Executive producer, David Albert! Executive producer, director, special effects supervisor, Greg Nicotero! And let's meet some cast members. Ladies and gentlemen, Steven Yeun! Lauren Cohan! Sonequa Martin Green! Austin Nichols! Denai Gurira! Melissa McBride! Lenny James! Michael Cudlitz! Alana Masterson! Jeffrey Dean Morgan! And, ladies and gentlemen, Daryl Dixon, Norman Reedus! Walking Dead 2016, New York Comic Con, Madison Square Garden. Welcome. Hey, everyone. Oh, my God. So many people. Welcome everyone. Thank you guys all for coming to Walking Dead. I know it's been very busy. I know things have been very intense. I feel like every time I run into one of the cast members that are working on the show, more than any other season, I'll say, how's everything going? And there's this kind of like, it's intense. So will you clarify once and for all, Scott M. Gimple, that we do actually find out who Lucille lands on in the season premiere?
We do indeed.
All right. So
I will sign whatever document you need me to sign.
I think you just said it. Now that's an oral contract, and it's legally binding in the state of New York. What are some other things that we will see that? Oh, well, that's not. Whose water was that? Hey,
You know, while Chris is
you. Hey. I got your glasses now. Cutler.
Chris,
Oh my
we
God,
also-
you're fucking blind.
We also wanted to say something.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
these
yeah,
until
we're-
you know how to act like an adult, sir.
We're missing one, aren't we?
Yeah, we are missing one. So, Father Gabriel, Seth is stuck in traffic. He's on his way. When he gets here, and he's stressed out about it, as anyone would be. So when Seth gets here, lose your friggin' minds. Just massive standing ovation. Really make him feel welcome when he gets here. Because he's gonna run in panting and probably on the verge of vomiting because he doesn't want to be late. So when Seth Gillen gets here, hey, this isn't Price is Right. Stop shouting. $1. Besides Negan, what are some of the things that you're excited about this season, Scott?
In putting together these episodes, I will say this season, and I'm not saying it just because they're here, I'm saying in spite of the fact that they're here, the performances this year are astounding.
Yeah.
The actors this year are the star of the show, which I know sounds counterintuitive, but Greg does great work. Yeah, be on the lookout for some amazing performances. Some really unbelievably creepy, strange, weird walkers. And if you can do that in the 7th year of a show that has walkers, you can hold your head up high. So,
And you have a tiger now, too, which is very exciting.
there is a tiger. You might have noticed a tiger. Yes.
I remember it's just a couple of years ago saying to Kirkman, how are you going to put Shiva on the show? He's like, I don't know. They'll probably never figure it out.
No,
And
no,
you guys did.
don't repeat those things here.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry,
not,
never
that's
mind.
not for, no,
All
no,
right,
no,
I
no.
apologize.
No, yeah, I had no idea we'd be able to pull the tiger off, but we have, and it's great. It's really, really great, and everybody should be very excited
I should
for
never say the things
Shiva.
that you and I say when we're alone together holding each other so tightly.
I thought those were for us. Apparently, I was wrong.
Sorry, it's for everyone.
You and I are over.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I better tell my wife.
But there's also amazing faces, amazing new faces. We have a gentleman by the name of Kerry Payton who plays a character by the name of Ezekiel.
Yeah. So, Gail, now that you've been 7 seasons on the show, what's been the most exciting thing for you to see of the transformation? What jazzes you this year? When you've seen so much year over year, what is it about season 7 that is most exciting?
We could be here all night with me answering that
I don't
question.
think people would mind that.
I think the first thing is it really is a larger world. There are new worlds we're going to be exploring with new characters. Obviously, Ezekiel and Shiva being 2 of them. We've had even though the show has been a big show, it's essentially been contained. We had the Atlanta season, we had the farm season, we've had the prison, Woodbury, you name it. Well, now we have a Walking Dead universe thanks to Mr. Kirkman.
Because Rick was making a lot of really bold decisions last season, thinking oh yeah, we got it, and then they don't got it near the end. But
Oops.
yeah.
I think that Rick got a little overconfident. A little.
AMC is going to give you guys a full look back from the beginning of The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead journey so far is going to air Sunday, October 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern. We have a quick clip we're going to show you, just so you can catch up and remember or bring people on board who maybe weren't yet. So let's take a quick look at this clip, and then we'll get back to the panel. Roll the thing. So you probably noticed a face up there by the name of Mr. Andrew Lincoln. Oh, Seth Gilliam! Yeah! Hey, Seth. How's it going?
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. All right.
Should we start over now?
Yeah, we got everyone go back out. We'll reintroduce
First question.
everybody. Come back out. You saw Andy Lincoln in the video. Unfortunately, Andy could not be here, but I believe he sent a message through Norman. Is this true, Norman Reedus?
All right. Dear New York Comic Con.
No, do the soft British accent.
No. This is Andrew Lincoln here. I have occupied Norman Reedus for the next few minutes. I am inside his mind. I am truly sorry not to be with you all today, but to make up for it, Normski has promised to read word for word this message on my behalf. Here we go. I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to Andrew Lincoln for all the pain and humiliation I've caused him over the years. The chicken in his trailer was juvenile. The ongoing glitter war was ill-judged. And consistently not knowing any new characters' names or plot lines that Daryl Dixon doesn't happen to be in is quite simply unprofessional. I admire him deeply. I secretly wish I was him. When he's not here, I miss him. I really do. Don't skip this beat. I'll know if you do because Steven has a copy of this message.
He's a remarkable man. You better say this, Stephen, because Cutlets has a copy of this message as well.
True saint. A true saint.
Asshole.
Who needs their glasses now?
He's an asshole.
Keep going with the speech quick because Mike will probably say something shitty. I thought it would be nice to do something for the fans to make up for my absence. So Normski will ask a question, and the first person to get it right gets to choose any item of clothing he is currently wearing. What an asshole. All right, the question is this. How many squirrels did Daryl Dixon throw at Rick when I told him I handcuffed Merle to the rooftop? Good luck, have a great night, and I hope you're wearing boxers, Norman.
Yeah, there were like 200 people who answered that, so there's like 200 things you have to take off now.
To tell you the truth, I don't even know how many squirrels.
Three of them.
Was there
Three.
Was there three? All right, who won?
Three is 100% correct. Take it off.
All right. Ready?
Be careful, please don't kill each other.
Yeah,
please.
give it back.
This is how the zombie apocalypse started.
Let's do it again. Yeah.
Norman, just throw the hat 3 times. Hey, don't hurt people.
Fight for the hat.
It's a dirty hat.
Fight.
Hurt people.
Fight for the hat.
It's a dirty hat.
Fight. Show us you want it.
Please refrain from making
Please don't do
love
that,
to
I'm
the
kidding.
hat. So,
I really like that hat, too.
Norman, this sort of brings up, he's not taking anything else off.
Thank you. You what?
So this brings up an interesting point, which is this season is probably heavier than the other ones. And so watching you and Andy play jokes on each other, is that how you kind of keep it light because of how depressing some of the subject matter is?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we've always sort of screwed with each other, but he's kind of due. I mean, the last thing that happened, he put my motorcycle out on a boat and pushed it out into the middle of a lake with a sex doll sitting on top of it. Yeah. So he's due, but yeah, it gets pretty heavy. I mean, we all kind of goof around on the set when we can, but he's dead.
Well, Daryl doesn't usually back down, but then at the end of the season, he's basically subjugated by this guy that they've, you know, to be fair, been killing a lot of his people. They were running around just all, you know, cavalier, killing a lot of his people. But what do you think is going through Daryl's head when he's on his knees at that point?
I think, you know, that we're all going to die. That's what's going through, you know, everyone's head, I think. I mean, we're outnumbered, and it doesn't look good, you know. And it's a weird feeling to be that powerless when we've always fought to survive and all this stuff, and to just be, you know, put on our knees and not. It doesn't look like we're going to get over that wall. You know what I mean? So it's a horrible feeling. That I hated shooting all of that, to be honest. It's miserable.
And he's so sensitive too.
It sucks. It really did.
Every time you speak, 3 people get pregnant in the audience spontaneously.
It's twins.
I want to ask Dave Alpert a question, which is, why is Negan the most threatening character that we've seen so far? Because we've seen a lot of messed up stuff on the show, but what is it specifically about Negan that you feel is such a horrible threat to the group?
You know, I think that, you know, first of all, Negan was maybe one of the best comic book villains of all time, right? So we're seeing someone who has a great history from the comic be adapted onto the screen. Negan really is the sign of the new world. You know, as Norman was saying, they thought that they could take him. They thought that they had it. They thought that they were the baddest people out there. And they run into somebody that is bigger, stronger, more organized, better equipped. I mean, they are sort of outnumbered, outgunned. There seemingly is very, very little hope for our characters to come out with. But Negan really sort of wields that power in a way that seems perfectly suited for the apocalypse.
I want to ask Denai, because Denai obviously had experience with the Michonne. Michonne had experience with the governor. So what is it that you think makes Negan different from the governor?
Oh yeah, the governor was small potatoes compared to this guy because he has a structure in place. He has a really deeply entrenched structure, and he doesn't have one town of Woodbury. He has outposts in various places we don't even know about yet. We know it's more than one at this point. And he has, you know, he's also extremely smart. Like it's becoming more and more evident, you know, through the course of 616, how smart he is with how he gets Rick on his knees in many ways. And so it really is, I think the whole part of the way that, you know, like earlier in the season, we heard them say, like the other guy say, I am Negan, and the whole idea of who is Negan, like that's also it's an indoctrination process which is far beyond what the governor was doing or any other villain we've met so far. So there's a whole other level of creating a system and an order that where you can reign supreme as a demagogue in a way that's deeply insulated that no one else has touched before.
Michonne has had such an amazing journey since the beginning. And when we first saw her, she was very self-sufficient, very kind of walled off. And then she's really become so sensitive and open and reasonable and caring and about family too. And so like she's really kind of embraced this sort of new family unit. So why do you think that was important for her to let the walls down and become a part of the group?
Well, I mean, you know, it really was that moment. There were a couple moments, but like I think about like season 3, episode 8, where she, you know, has been so closed off. She's been very, very shady and hasn't really shared like really core information they need to know. And she gets in that massive fight with the governor, and she realizes she needs a community. And she goes back to Rick. And at that moment, she could have gone back and, you know, wandered through the woods again. But she decides, you know, I think I want to pursue my humanity. And I could go back into being, you know, a survivor of the dead alone, or I could actually continue to pursue my humanity, which really started the minute she met Andrea and decided, I'm actually going to save this person, you know, and start that journey. Oh, thank you. But yeah, so I think that's been, oh, thank you. I think that's really been what she's, you know, what she's been pursuing, and it's been really an awesome journey to get to do that with her.
I want to ask Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who obviously is... who's done amazing... I mean, people already loved you. They loved you Supernatural, they loved The Watchmen. But But this character, I mean, is this unlike anything you've experienced before coming onto this show?
Yeah, it's not even close. This is a whole, I mean, the show hasn't even aired yet. We had a little bit, 13 minutes and 16 last year, but this and what's about to happen, it's already nuts, and we haven't started the year yet.
Yeah.
You know, and no, I've never, nothing close.
Because from Negan's point, it's creepy. From Negan's point of view, I mean, do you think he's a bad guy? From his point of view, this kind of snotty, arrogant group has been running around killing his people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do
You are such a Negan apologist.
Well, and so am I. I like Chris a lot.
But you must actually, as the performer, you must understand him, and you must think he's making choices for good reason. He must believe he's good, right? Do you see him as a good character or a bad character?
I think in order to approach a character like Negan and to have somewhere to go, you have to believe in what you're doing, and what he is doing is essentially the same thing these guys have been doing for the last 7 years. He just happens to carry a baseball bat that he loves dearly. But yeah, I think he absolutely thinks he's right, but he's also, as we know, a bit of a showman. This world is his stage, and he owns it. And, you know, you can call it cocky, but we've watched Rick and these guys kind of get cocky in the last 7 years, I think especially last year. So I think Negan coming in and flexing his Barnum and Bailey style justice on these people is kind of his way of letting them know that they were wrong, and it's time to go down a notch or 10.
What do you think it is? Whoa, hey, easy.
Yay,
He's killing people you love.
Negan. Kill them all!
What do you, just real quickly, Jeffrey, what do you think it is about Negan that makes so many people follow him? He obviously has
There's a lot of fear. What'd you say?
That lady says, because it's your super sexy. Listen, I'm just.
That's it.
I'm throwing this out
I
here,
don't
but I
even
think
need to
you
answer the
totally have a
question
shot with
now.
that lady. I'm just guessing. But what do you think it is about him that's so charismatic? Like, what is it that makes all of these people follow him?
Well, I mean, I think as much charisma as Negan has, there's also a big element of fear. I think a lot of his followers follow him for fear of getting an iron to their face or worse. But you know, understand that he's also kept a lot of these people alive for a long time, and I think that there's a certain amount of respect in that with the people that follow him. But you know, Negan is just unlike any character that I've ever seen, certainly that I've ever played. And I've played some dastardly motherfuckers, and they don't hold a candle to Negan. And it is a lot to do with his charisma and kind of how he carries himself and how he sees not only himself but this world. But people follow him, I think, a lot of them because they're scared shitless of him. And they should be, as we're soon to find out.
Are you guys a couple times with the, I mean, just in the comic book, Negan's every other word out of his mouth is the F-bomb. So how are you getting around that when you're shooting?
We surgically capture the F-bombs that matter.
Okay, good.
We're not willy-nilly with the F-bombs.
Good. Well, you couldn't, and the whole show would just be like the emergency broadcast test. It would
Yes,
just be
yeah.
one long beep every time he was on screen.
Yeah, we're tactical with the F-bombs.
I want to ask Steven about being in the now that. I mean, for the law. Stop it! This is not an auction. I want to. You guys were Glenn and Maggie have been a couple for a while now, and we're also such. You know, you guys were the sort of the central force of hope in the show that a relationship can thrive, you know, no matter what's going on. If you're separated, when you're together, when you have to go out and fight. But now other people on the show are coupling up, and there's real relationships forming. So is it, you know, is a relationship in this world, is it an asset or is it a liability sometimes?
Glenn and Maggie are, they're classic. You know what I mean? It's good. It's good. It's interesting. I think traditionally, if you were to look at the circumstances, you could argue that having someone is a danger. But I think what Glenn and Maggie have is they're kind of together. They're even better and they're greater. And you see that. You see the strength in Maggie. You see the strength in Glenn. You see the leaps and bounds they're willing to traverse to get back to each other, to get back to that team. And I think, you could argue that one way, but personally for me, I think they're badass together.
Next question is for Seth. Hey, how's it going, Seth?
Hey, it's
Welcome.
going all right. How you doing?
So Gabriel, there was a while where I thought, well, he's, someone's going to kill him or he's going to die. Like, he won't embrace this world. He just won't embrace this world, and something seems shady about him. Whose side is he on? And in the last handful of episodes, we really saw him come around to the point where Rick says, hey, I'm going to let you handle defenses for this place. So what happens to him, and what is it that Rick sees, okay, it's okay to trust this guy now?
I'm not sure what Rick sees in Gabriel, aside from his willingness. He is completely willing. He's surrendered himself to Rick's will, and it's adapt and survive or die. He's incapable of taking his own life. He tried the suicide by Walker, the suicide by Sasha. Neither one of them worked out well for him. So he's there. He's got to live because his survival instinct won't allow him to die. And I think he's kind of turned his will over to Rick in a sense, and is a happy follower and he's willing. And I think beyond that, I'm not sure. I think Rick must see some potential in Gabriel to be more of a warrior and to have, I guess, to be of more of use and service than he had been before. But I think his willingness is pretty clear and evident, and I think that Rick sees that and sees that he could rely on at least this guy's going to try. He may not be as capable as the next guy, but he's definitely as willing,
Well, there's also that moment in episode 9 last year where you basically saved Judith's life. When they're standing in the middle of Alexandria and there's walkers everywhere, Father Gabriel takes Judith. And I remember when we shot that scene, there's that moment where sort of Rick looks at him differently. This is a guy who basically is willing to put his life on the line to save Rick's child. So I think that was the beginning of that, of him sort of looking at you differently.
It was definitely a huge moment, I think, for Gabriel to stand up and to volunteer for such, a dangerous thing. Because, if the walkers didn't get him and something happened to Judith, then Rick was definitely going to get in that ass. So I think, it was a bold choice.
This is for Cudlitz. Dolphin smooth. Someone needs to make an Urban Dictionary for Abraham Fordisms. Like, there just needs to be. But who's Deanna? But watching what happened between Rosita and Sasha, first of all, I didn't expect it to work with Sasha. You're like, I know I'm dating this lady, but I put on this captain's uniform, and now I know you want it, right? Like, you.
Yeah.
I don't know how that worked. What was it? First of all, what was it that he saw in Sasha that?
Kenrick, you're a lucky, lucky man. Look at this woman. Strong, confident, beautiful, and look at me. I think the question should be, what the hell is she thinking?
What is she thinking?
I don't know.
I will tell you, that was so sweet. he's a warrior, and you know.
Sorry,
and
could you repeat that?
What if I said he's strong and beautiful?
She said you're a warrior. That was
Thank
weird.
you, Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
Speak into the mic.
No, go. We just basically catch it. Yes. Did you see the bobby pin fly out? Thank you. Thank you. So, did it do it again?
I didn't do
Wait. Okay, guys, now this is funny. Now I have to make sure it keeps happening.
I think it's part of my job. I'm
doing
supposed to
it?
hold it in place.
Is
I'll
it
hold it
happening?
in place.
Okay. So, what is it doing now? Okay. So Abraham is a warrior. I'll say this, and then you can say your part in it, your perspective. But I sort of see it as seeing across to him and seeing who I just was. I just came from that place of complete defense-driven behavior, where all I'm trying to do is protect myself, and all I'm trying to do is survive, and I do that by hiding behind battle, basically, in all its forms. And so I was brought out of that by Bob, and I was always brought out of that by Tyrese, but I saw myself in him, and I know where he could, I knew the potential of where he could be because I was on the other side. So I decided to reach out and engage and connect with him and sort of lend him that hand that I was lended by Tyrese and Bob. And so it's this really beautiful circle that happened, the circle of life, if you will, because it was something that I learned from the men in my life that I had lost that allowed me to connect to him. And I saw him as, I called him my lad, my life after death, because I didn't think it would ever happen again for me as Sasha. So that is the circle. Should I make it happen again? Okay. I'm going to leave y'all alone.
Do you agree? Do you agree with this, Mr. Cudlitz?
Well, I can't agree. I agree that she felt that way. No, he just fell head over heels in love.
Well, you said something on Talking Dead. I think it had to do with the fact that in the immediacy of the fall of civilization, you said, well, people just sort of pair up and you don't really think about it a whole lot, and you felt like
initially with Rosita, that's exactly what happened.
you felt
for
like
both
you
of
had
us.
some time now to really discover who you were at this point, and
Absolutely.
then that's why you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's not about. And it sounds crappy, but it's not about the rest of the night. It's about the rest of his life.
Aww.
Maybe not as crappy as I thought it was going to sound.
But
I think it sneaks up on him too, and he's looking for. It's interesting because he's feeling things that he's never felt before. I think that if people who read the graphic novel, Kirkman has this Abraham sort of confess and tell his story to Rick in the novel. He talks about it, what happened to his family and his wife. And, he had been separated from his wife. He gets back to his wife after the apocalypse, and he says he was never really a good husband anyway. He doesn't know how to do this. He doesn't know how to operate, in this relationship world. And I think that what he's feeling now is something that he never even felt with his wife that he had children with. So, I'm sorry. Are we interrupting you guys down there?
No, she.
Sorry, I found her bobby pin. So, Chris is gonna fix her hair.
All right. I love this.
This hair thing's happening here.
I can do this.
Okay, so what we have here now is we have a
I
hairpiece.
could do it, but
and you can go to your phone. You can order this thing. What they're going to put it in right now. They're going to look. It just takes a second. Nice. Right in. You can do this at home. You will look fabulous.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you. What an apprentice you are. I love that this has happened.
Sorry, Michael, what were you saying?
He is in love.
Aw.
Big time.
I want to ask Austin, who is, developing a relationship as well in the show, but Spencer hasn't really trusted anyone. He seems leery of the group the entire time. These people come in, these wild people come in, completely change the dynamic. He loses people who are close to him. Everything gets flipped upside down. It was a safe place before, and now it's not safe. What is his struggle trying to trust any of these people, and is he trusting them at this point?
Oh, Spencer. It's really hard and interesting, like you said. I think in a very short period of time, Scott might help me out with this, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I lost my whole family, Brother, dad, then Deanna gone. And I think we sometimes don't remember that because we're watching the show through multiple seasons, and this is a huge blow. A whole family wiped out. And nobody except this beautiful woman to my left has really reached out. Michonne was the only one that's really reached out. And I think he's hurting and he needs love, he needs people. I mean, I've tried to penetrate Rosita, but that's not.
Wow, that sounded very.
That was great. That was so good.
I think all of our hair just fell off.
I meant she has defenses and she's impenetrable and emotional.
It's getting so much worse.
Whoa.
He didn't mean it that way.
I'm alone.
She likes everyone. So just to share
No, but I think he's actually made some strides in the right direction.
Yeah.
Everything's now a sexual word.
So you feel like he's really getting inside Rosita then?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Emotionally.
I think Abraham needs to have a talk with Spencer.
But I still think he has a ways to go.
He's got
some work
still.
to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. I
Not
feel like
sexually.
it is important to keep reminding. It is important to keep reminding people that not that much time. Like it feels to us like it's months and months and months, but it's not. It's not at all. This is for Alana, who. Congratulations on your adorable baby. Alana Masterson.
Hi.
Congratulations on your adorable child.
Thank you.
How? Tara's been on that run for quite a while now. Like she has really been on. She doesn't know everything that's happened.
Yeah, she had stuff to do.
She had some stuff to do.
She had to dip, but she'll be back.
You filmed a lot of the previous season pregnant, correct?
Yeah. I think the last time I was here, I was about 2 weeks away from delivering.
And so, what were some of the? I mean, how are they shooting around that, and how did you? What were some of the challenges?
Last year, we came up with some good things. Some plates and wood barriers and things. Luckily, my mom. I have very good genetics, so I didn't get too big too fast all of a sudden. Towards the end, you could definitely be like, she's been eating a lot or something. But no, it was amazing. I mean, I'm so lucky to be able to have a kid and be a mom. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and follow my dreams. So it's kind of cool because then she'll get to see like, oh wow, my mom worked really really hard, running and jumping and fighting and killing with just this giant belly. It's very challenging filming very pregnant, and then even more challenging, after when you have a baby and they're right there. And but yeah, so that's what they did.
Tara doesn't know anything about Denise yet.
She doesn't. That's going to be. I said it today. Losing Merritt Weaver as an actor is obviously just such a blow because she's so incredible and really talented. But for Tara, I think it's going to be a really, really hard thing for her to hear if and when she finds out because she really loves Denise. I love Denise just as Alana. I love her. She's so wonderful. And I think people really liked that relationship. It was very sweet. And yeah. And, it's fun to have two girls dating,
I want to talk to Lenny for a second, Lenny James. I mean, Morgan really stuck. I mean, there were some times this past season where I'm like, just kill someone already. And you finally had to go against, I feel like Morgan was such a character of, extremes. In the beginning, early on, he seemed like he was killing everyone, and then, you know, he had that moment where he had this epiphany, and then he was like, all life is precious, and I have to live by this code. And so now he's forced to go against his principles to save Carol. So how is this going to affect him going forward? Can he see that sometimes it's okay, or do you feel like he's got to go back to the code, or where do you think he's at this point?
I think the path he's walking is a path that he's trying to walk. He's not Eastman. He's not locked away in a world.
Well,
That's Spencer.
is he really trying to get inside the goat?
I'm not saying anything. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Are
there any more goats available?
I know a good goat.
Shed with a goat. So he's out in the...
Guy.
It was a cute goat. Anyway, I think it's something that he's trying to do, and the thing about it is if you notice at the end when he shoots that savior in order to save Carol, I think one bullet would have done it, but he emptied the clip. So you better, you know, those people who are begging for Morgan to come back to the killer, be careful what you wish for, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Melissa McBride. Hi. Yeah.
Yes.
Woo! I mean, Carol is such
Take
a wonderful.
second. Thanks, guys. That's really cool.
But I think, you know, what you're feeling, Carol is such a beautiful character because, you know, when you see her in the beginning, what she's living through, she's such a survivor. She's such an amazingly strong character. And she adapts. Watching her adapt and, okay, now I'm in this situation, I have to give everyone cookies and put this sweater on, now I gotta go kill people, so I'm gonna give kids knives. I mean, she knows how to work every single situation. So what has been your favorite part of her from going back to season 1? What is it about Carol that you really love the most?
I think everything that you just said, adapting, changing, getting stronger, loving the group so much, leaving the group. I love that she left them. I don't know why I love that she left them, because she loved them so much. You know, I just love this Carol.
But one of the things that I appreciate her a lot, and especially with this show, is that, you know, yeah, they could have just turned her into a character like, okay, she's just a killing machine now. But when you guys really had a few moments to take a breath in Alexandria and she started processing all of these kills, it really shook her. And so she's so human now, and not, you know, she's not just one tone of a character. So where do you think she's at emotionally at the end of last season?
Well, I think every step she's taken up to this moment has just devastated her to this point. She just needs to get her head together and understand, try to find some sense in how it is that what we have to do is so monstrous in order to survive, and we're becoming the monsters that we're trying to protect ourselves from. Just to make sense of it, to say this is the way it is if you want to survive, and now to what end? What is it about this world that makes us want to survive so much? That's a huge question, and it's a cool question. I love that question.
Greg Nicotero directed the season 6 finale and the season 7 premiere that you're going to see in a couple of weeks. So, because, I mean, this isn't just a job for you. This is your family now, and you're so close to all of this. So what is the experience of these incredibly emotional, and what's coming up is probably one of the most emotional, I assume, experiences that we've had on the show. So what does that feel like for you as a director, as you're guiding this?
Well, you know, going through life with these people by my side, it's pretty astounding to be able to grow as an artist with all of these great actors, and we all sort of go through it together. You know, it's my I think that was my 16th episode. And every season we start, the premiere has a very different tone. You know, season 4 was at the prison and we had the big spot sequence, but we were taking the audience out to sea in this journey. Season 5 was Terminus, which was more of a big action thing where Carol went and blew everybody up, and they were slicing throats at this horrible trough. And then last year we went for much more sort of epic scale. We found a quarry with thousands of walkers, and we kind of set our story off. So every season we purposely look for a different tone for our season premiere. And you know, because everybody knows that how the season ended last year and that someone's going to go, it was more of a challenge this year going into it, knowing what people are going to expect. For me, some of the most amazing moments were found not where you're going to expect them when you watch the first episode. There's some unbelievable moments and unbelievable performances that sort of come out of the fog and the haze and the post-traumatic stress of the actual moment that I think really set the stage for the entire season. So it was, you know, when we shot the finale last year, all these guys went to some pretty insane places emotionally. And, you know, Jeffrey came in, we had 2 nights to shoot that sequence, and we shot all the angles in one direction, and then the other night we turned around and got a lot of Jeffrey's performance. But it was really because he was working on another show, and he came in just 2 days. And then we'd have to do the F-bomb take. So we'd do multiple takes and then add another one in. So I thought it would be easy to come in starting where we left off, because I thought, okay, well, I know the blocking, I know where everybody's supposed to be, relatively know what's going to happen. So it should sort of be kind of natural to fall right into the rhythm of where we ended. Boy, was I wrong. I know when we were finished, it took me a couple of weeks to sort of recover from it, and I was just sort of there whispering into people's ears and watching them do what they do so amazingly well. So, you know, I learn every day when I'm on the set, and I get to work with these amazing people, and with Scott, who makes me a better artist every day. It's pretty astounding that we get to keep doing it over and over again. I mean, by the end of this season, guys, we will have shot 99 episodes of The Walking Dead.
Holy crap.
So if you really think about it, we've had 99 hours to tell their story. If it would have been a movie, you know, it would have been 2 hours and it would have been over. So, you know, season 8 will be our 100th episode, will be the premiere. So it's really to these guys on the stage.
It has been amazing, even just sort of being this weird cousin Oliver off to the side, like watching it. The growth from season 1, and to see what it's turned into, to see you guys here, and to see this global phenomenon that it's become.
Before you, let me just add
Sure.
one thing. That the special that's on Sunday night, it's pretty amazing because we all did interviews for it, but you forget. You know, I look at footage from season 1, and we were like 10 years old, I think, when we shot the show.
Well,
just in
Chandler
terms
was,
of
for sure.
Chandler was definitely.
Yeah.
I may have been 13 or 14, but the retrospect, it's really interesting and fun and exciting to sort of look back. For me, I remembered everything as if it was yesterday. But being able to retrace the steps from the beginning is really a lot of fun. So the specials really, it's going to sort of remind you of why you guys fell in love with the show to begin with.
Great. Yeah, there you go. I used to think Talking Dead was therapy for Walking Dead, and then I realized I'm actually Walking Dead customer service. Like, that's what I am. So tweet at me. Lauren Cohan. Maggie is, as the last green, has become, she's she's really become a leader. She's really become such a strong character, and I would so love to know how she would be dealing with the situation differently, because she was in such rough shape going into the end of last season. How do you think she would have dealt with things differently if she had been completely healthy?
Hearing 99, I'm in such rough shape right now. I'm like, you guys have all been on such a huge journey with us. I'm like, thank you, and thank you for caring about our show and for being mad when you don't know things and for, I mean, like, I love you too. Thank you. I mean, when Melissa said, what did you say? I don't know. Everything Melissa said, I just like, I don't remember your question, Chris. I'm so, like, this is larger than our lives. This is larger than our show. This is like such a privilege. This is such a great thing. We're so grateful for you guys.
Well,
can you do your hair again?
But it is. But it's also because, you know, these people are here because you guys are so committed to what you do. You know, you guys, and I think the thing that sets the show apart from so many other shows is that you guys legitimately give a shit. Like, you care as much about this show and this fandom and this universe as these people here. Like, you're fans of the thing you're working on. And so it's, you know, it's special to me and everyone here that you show up and they love that. I mean, you know, I don't think anyone wants you to ever feel sad, but to see that it means this much to you is like, it's a really big deal to these fans and to everyone. So it just, I know you guys work in a bubble and you're in rural Georgia shooting for most of the year and you kind of don't know what's going on in the outside world, but you know, this is the result of your passion and everything that you guys are doing. It's making this many people happy every week. So, and sometimes devastated, but it's because they care. And it's funny that you say, like, yeah, get mad when you don't know about stuff. That means you guys are passionate. That's important. If people didn't care, if they were like, I don't give a shit, well, you don't want that, you know? Like, you want people to give a shit in either direction. But yeah! Like that guy in the back.
Give all your shit.
But my question was, how do you think Maggie would be handling this particular situation differently if she had been healthy and not, you know, completely about to fall over?
Yeah. I mean, I think we were pretty incapacitated because we knew somebody was going to be hurt if we rebelled and reacted. And I mean, it takes everything in anybody's power to not get up and just headbutt that guy over there.
Yeah.
But, you know, I love you, Jeff.
I love you too.
Just kidding. Not kidding about the love. Yeah, how would she, I can never say how she would have handled it differently. I don't know. It was just, I think that's what's so rare about this episode and what's so rare about what this propels everyone destabilizing in a bigger way than we've ever had. I mean, the story that comes into, because it's so unexpected, jarring, and from this year, it's like, it's insane. Yeah, I mean, we were completely just knocked off our feet, literally, to the ground. So we will see how people deal with what they could and should and would have done as we go through.
Well, no matter what happens and no matter who it is, and I legitimately don't know, because I honestly, I'm too bad of a liar. If you pinned me down, you'd be able to, and people do pin me down. I legitimately don't know, and I won't watch until the day before. But no matter who it is, you guys, I'm sure you understand that you're a part of this family forever, and this is a significant community to be a part of, and you'd never be fully gone. And I think just, you know, because we had so many people on the panel, and I still want to be able to, I have a little bit of a sneak peek to show you. So I I just want to take just one question from each side of the audience because we do have to wrap it up a little bit soon. People who work here do have to go home. So let's take a question from over here. Yes, sir.
I got one down here.
Okay.
Hi. I just wanted to ask, if you guys could play any other character on the show, who would you want to play?
Oh, that's a good question.
Judith.
Daryl Dixon.
Judith.
Did he say Judith?
Lightning round. Well, we can just.
I would be Judith, and I'm not even on the show.
Judith.
Carol, man.
Michonne's pretty badass. I'd be Michonne.
I'd quite like to be Eugene because he rocks that hair.
Oh, yeah. And also, he uses a lot of extra words that are never quite necessary, but always very important to the function of the scene.
See what I mean?
Anyone else? Anyone else have a character?
Negan, probably.
Abraham. Because he's got a filthy mind and mouth.
I think I just want to do Negan 616.
You want to do, you want to do Negan's just in that one episode.
Yeah, just before he starts his stuff. But you know.
I gotta go with Shane.
Oh.
I'm going to choose Dolphin Smooth.
Dolphin Smooth. Anyone else? Any other show? It's funny you chose Shane. It's interesting you chose Shane, yeah. It'd be so interesting to see when he didn't think Rick was up to the challenge, and now Rick went so far beyond, you know. Yeah, let's all remember Judith's dad, Shane. All right. Whoa, hey, come on, guys. She thought he was dead. Come on, guys.
Not confirmed.
Not confirmed.
We've got one more over here, Chris. One more.
One more over here. Yeah.
Hi,
Yep.
my name is Liz.
Hi, Liz.
I'm from Manhattan. Right over here.
Hi, Liz from Manhattan. I see you.
Question for anyone on the panel. How difficult has it been to hold in this secret that we have been wanting to know from you for like 2 months?
It's been very hard, so I just wanted to say right now that, no, it's...
And will this
Personally,
teaser-
I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. Because I've been messing with people for many, many months. Every now and then I'll say a name that's not the actual name, and they'll go, oh my God, and then I'll be like, I'm just kidding. It's been a great time.
As a joke.
It's fun to see how much fun he's having.
As a joke, I think you should just have it be like one random Alexandrian that we've never seen before. Like, but then
I thought
everyone
you
acts
said
like
you
that.
hadn't seen the episode.
But everyone acts like that guy's been there the whole time. Like, not Gary, and then they just cut back to all these scenes where this dude's just standing there. Like, yeah, we lost one of the best. Poor fucking Gary.
See, the funny thing about that, Chris, is that if it had actually been someone like Gary, everyone in this audience would probably be relieved, and we can't have that.
You can't have that at all. No, you can never let people. That's the thing about the show. You can never be. Whenever you feel safe, that's like, crap, something's about to happen.
But we did an animated. It's Peter Griffin. We did
It's
an
Peter Griffin.
animated character.
Nice.
Comes out, Negan. That's it.
All right, so I'm going to show you a clip right now that's a few minutes. This is a sneak. Don't record this. Please be cool and on the honor system and peek. No one's seen this yet, right? Never seen before. Please don't put this on the internet because that'd be a douchey thing to do for people who haven't seen it yet. This is a special thing that they've brought just for you guys, just for showing up. And so we're going to turn the lights on up here, and this is a sneak peek Walking Dead Season 7. Sneak peek Walking Dead Season 7.
It's all I wanna do. Believe, believe, believe. It's all I wanna do. Believe, believe, believe. It's all I wanna do. 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 Believe, believe, believe. 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 It's all I wanna do. Do you believe the dream?
For coming out again, please keep that to yourself. Thank you to New York